Hi, this is Tandra Bowers with Keller Williams with the Home Experts for You team. Today we're going to talk about buying and selling at the same time. We are seeing a lot of these situations in the marketplace all the time. So the difference between a contingent buyer and a non-contingent buyer is when the buyer has to actually sell their home in order to buy their next house. And a non-contingent buyer basically means that they do not have to sell their current house in order to buy their next. Maybe they've already cashed out with their current house, or they just can carry two mortgages at the same time. I want to talk about the pros and cons of selling before you buy or buying before you sell. Number one, if you decide to sell your home before you buy your next property, you don't have that pressure in having to put an offer on the table with home sale contingency. This market, we're still seeing a lot of multiple offers, especially under the $450 price point. So if you're within that price point in a very competitive market, and obviously having the right agent to guide you in that marketplace to say, okay, is this a smart move to put an offer in, 5 days on the market? Do we think that offer is going to be accepted? We can get very creative, more creative when you have possibly already sold your house. If you sell the house already, then you have that cash already in your pocket to do whatever you want. And really, at the time, you might be having some temporary housing, but you still have a place to stay. So if you have that place to stay, you kind of have a plan in place to know you're going to take your time to find that house and really have a clear-cut vision and understand what monthly payment you're comfortable with, what areas you want to be. That's all what we talk about before we start looking at houses. So we do a very in-depth needs analysis before we start looking at, does it make sense to sell your house before buying, or does it make sense to wait and buy the next property and then sell your current property? And that really plays a big role in talking with the right mortgage lender that's going to help guide us through that process. The biggest tip I can say for preparing to buy and sell at the same time is to talk with the mortgage lender well in advance before the process, and myself, or obviously an experienced agent that's going to help guide you, that the mortgage lender that you're working with understands the local market as well. So, you might be looking in one area that has the same price point, but the taxes might be a lot higher. So having a mortgage lender that's local, that understands the marketplace, is really important, as well as the agent, because we can work hand in hand in tandem to explain to you, this might be a good option, or this price point might look high, but look, the taxes are low. So planning ahead and really narrowing down from the get-go before, you're 3 months away and you have to move. I always like to work with my buyers at least, 6 months, maybe a year out, so we can plan ahead. And, whether you have that time or not, sometimes you don't, we make it work. But really understanding that budget and putting a plan in place is the number one priority when you're looking to buy and sell at the same time. So that's all I have for you today about buying and selling at the same time. If you have further questions, please feel free to call me at the number below, 215-680-4652. Again, this is Tandra Bowers with the Home Experts for You team. Thanks.